This could be you after watching this tutorial, where I will share some tips and tricks to help you dominate mobile PvP. Whether you are a beginner or a player hoping to improve your PvP skills, this is the ultimate tutorial for you. This video consists of two parts. In the basics part, I will talk about settings, basic aim, clicking, and strafing. For the advanced part, I will share some advanced techniques like jump resetting, hit selecting, advanced aim, and counter strafing. With that out of the way, let's start with settings. Settings are all about personal preferences, but there is something universal: sensitivity. Don't make it too high or too low. I suggest using mid 30 to 65 sensitivity for tablet players. For phone players, 45 to 70 should be fine. You can see the range is so wide because I'm talking about both touch controls and new controls here. This graph should help you choose the optimal sensitivity. If that doesn't help, here's a little trick. Place 2 blocks on the ground and quickly break the other. If you miss, change your sensitivity. But if you get it, that will be your best sensitivity. Video. There are two options for you. First is to turn the FOV all the way up while disabling this option. The second option is to lower the FOV by a bit while enabling this option. For tablet players, I recommend 84 to 105, while for phone players, I suggest using 89 to 110. Also, if you have a low FPS, I highly recommend you to turn off these settings. When I say aim, I mean hit and track your enemy. When you are charging towards your enemy, you should track him with your finger or crosshair. When you are in the attack distance, which is roughly 3 blocks from your enemy, get ready to hit him and predict the direction he will go. In this case, he's going to the left, so after hitting him, I'll swipe my screen towards the left and hit him again. To keep it simple, predict where your enemy is going and keep them inside this rectangle, and you should be fine. There are 4 types of clicking: butterfly click, jitter click, normal click, and 1 CPS. Butterfly click is the method to get consistent high CPS. To do it, you should use 2 fingers and tap on the screen alternatively. I strongly recommend this if you are using new controls and on a tablet. An alternative to get high CPS is to jitter click. To do that, you should tremble your finger. Do not bounce with your finger because the distance between your finger and the screen is longer.
According to simple mathematics, long distance equals slower speed, which results in lower CPS.
Both tablets and phone players are recommended to use this method. For normal click, you just click normal. With this method, you could usually get 6 to 7 CPS. If you are a beginner, prioritize this method because it is the fundamental. The 1 CPS method does not literally mean 1 CPS. It rather means low CPS, about 2 to 5. However, you will need to time your hits, and there are 2 ways to do so. The first way, when you hit the enemy, he will turn red. Now swipe the screen and hit him when he is not red. The second way, when you hit the enemy, a hit sound plays. Hit again at the middle of the hit sound. This method can be done on all devices and controls, but favorably, your ping should be below 150. Strafing is essential because it confuses your enemies. There are 2 types of strafing: circle strafe and side-to-side strafe. To do circle strafe, hold down your joystick to the right if you want to strafe towards the right, and vice versa for strafing left. To do side-to-side strafe, simply do both directions of circle strafe in a faster interval. As I said before, strafing is used to confuse your enemies, so doing both strafes is more effective in a fight. That's all for the basics part. If you are still here, please consider liking the video and hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a ton. Now let's get to the advanced section. Jump resetting is extremely important because if you do it well, you take no knockback. Here's how to do it. In a hit trade, when the enemy hits you, that's the first hit of the trade. When he hits you again, that's the second hit. And this is when you should jump. Also, jump on the 3rd hit, but not on the 4th hit. This is a list to show you the jump pattern during a hit trade. There are 2 ways to time your jump reset precisely. First is to jump when you are off your hit cooldown. I suggest turning on Paper Doll to practice it. Second is to listen to the hit pattern of your enemy and jump when you anticipate the second hit. This method could help you fight players with a higher ping than you. Hit select is purposely giving your enemy the first hit while you get the second hit faster to start a combo. To do that, you have to strafe towards your enemy to get as close to him as possible. When you hear the enemy hit you, hit him back and do a jump reset on the 3rd hit. I know many players tend to aim at the head. While yes, it allows you to get the first hit easier, but it is harder for you to start a combo. Here I will explain where you should aim based on your ping. For 0 to 30 ping, aim at the waist on the first hit. Look down and aim at the leg on the second hit. For 31 to 60 ping, aim at the middle of the chest plate first hit and aim at the waist on the second hit. For 61 to 100 ping, aim below the head on the first hit and aim at the middle of the chest plate on the second hit. For any ping above 100, aim at the middle of the head on the first hit and aim below the head on the second hit. If you still insist on getting the first hit, sure, just go for the head. Counter strafing can be used to cancel your momentum, so you don't take backwards KB. To do that, you have to strafe towards the opposite side when your opponent hits you. So that's all for this tutorial. Hope you have learned a thing or two here. Bye.